The next point that you need to think about is self-developing your own measurement scale. In this case, you want to self-develop only if there are no existing validated measurement scales ever in the field that you want to work on. In this case, it might be that you derive the variables of your study from existing qualitative research. Maybe if you watch my previous video on how to choose a quantitative research, I talked about getting your topic from measuring thematic results, the themes that emerge from qualitative research. You might want to test possible relationships between the themes that emerged in the qualitative research that can build a quantitative research. In this case, you want to extend what has been done using a smaller population, want to extend it to a larger population to possibly make a wider generalization. So if this is the case, it means that you have to do two studies. Study one would be to self-develop your own measurement skills, and then when you do that, by reviewing extensively the extant literature, then you will subject the measurement scale to exploratory factor analysis to explore it. That is part 2. And then you now go into the main study, which is collecting the main data to confirm that measurement scale in your own study context, which in this case is confirmatory factor analysis, because the confirmatory factor analysis enables you to confirm the validity and reliability of the measurement scales that you have developed. So you can see that this is quite a rigorous process for you if you are a graduate student. So the best way, the easiest way, is to avoid doing too many things in your study. So let me do a recap of what I have said so far. Number 1, find existing validated measurement scales to enable you collect your data. Number 2, if the existing validated measurement scales are not suitable for you to collect your data in your study context, you can make a slight modification. When you make a slight modification, very slight modification, you can use the measurement scale to collect your main study data and go straight to conduct a confirmatory factor analysis and then go on to test your hypothesis. If you make extensive modifications, it means that you will have to subject your data to first exploratory factor analysis with a different data set, and then when you have certified the assumptions of exploratory factor analysis and see the factor loadings, you will now use those instruments to go into your main study to do a confirmatory factor analysis before you test your hypothesis. Lastly, if you have variables in your study that appear not to have existing validated measurement scales that you can adopt or adapt, in this case, that means you need to do too many studies. First, you go on to self-develop the measurement scales. 2, subject it to exploratory factor analysis with a different data set. And then study 3, which is to go back to the field, collect your main data, do a confirmatory factor analysis, and then begin to test your hypothesis. I have series of videos that explain these things, so you can find some of them down the video description box below. You can watch a couple of them. And then if you have difficulties, you want us to discuss your research, you can send an email to me, and then we can discuss your research one-on-one, probably you can book a session and then we can talk about your research, and then I'll be able to provide you some one-on-one guidance on how you can go about your quantitative research.